Alright, so I'm making another one of these videos, and this is going to be my final video on Dustin Nunn because there's really no point in making any more content on him after this, but this is just going to be some genuine advice for Dustin Nunn and everything. And for those, of course, that don't know what Dustin Nunn's about, which, I'd be surprised if you guys don't, if you've watched my channel at this point, but, Dustin Nunn is someone who, of course, has made all sorts of anti-LGBTQ content, anti-abortion content, and aside from that, all his other content is just him screaming and raging at, and expressing frustrations, I guess you could call it, towards just all sorts of different things, including like video games, even like this toy Megatron or something like that apparently he thought was woke because they changed it from a toy tank or a toy gun to a tank or something like that. Just really weird stuff overall, and stuff that would make people think this guy is kind of ridiculous, and which it kind of is. It is ridiculous, really, the kind of stuff he complains about really in his videos and all that. But I thought I'd give some genuine advice from him, all the jokes aside I've made about him and everything and everybody else has made about him. I thought I'd give him some genuine advice here, because, he's been at this for, like, a long time, at least the past 6 years, for almost as far as I've known. That I've seen him, he's been doing this. I don't know if he's been doing it longer. I think he has, actually, where he's been making lots of content like this for, how long. Where it's video after video after video about LGBTQ people are bad, abortion's bad, either that or he's bad, all this other stuff. Just total stuff that really not a lot of people would probably agree with at all or really get on board with. And, this type of content, not only is it not agreeable among a lot of people, but the content is not all that good at all. With the way it's presented, he'll often leave like 5 to 10 seconds worth of silence at the beginning and the end. There's like 10 seconds of silence in the middle of the video between him talking. It's just not presented that well at all. He talks really slow and all that, and I figured this would be some genuine advice for him for, making some better content, or content people would be a little bit more interested in or something. Because Dustin actually seems like he has a little bit of talent in something, because he draws comic book cartoons and all that. And my advice to him is, if you want people to like you a little more, if you want more people to recognize you and everything and all that, and less people to think of you as a buffoon, then maybe focus your time on that a little more, dude. And I also, on a real note, aside from the jokes I made about it, you really should get a job, dude. It's about time, man. You're fully capable of getting a job, dude. Even if it's something like working at your local Walmart or something, it's still something, dude. And, it helps support your family. I'm sure your family would appreciate it a ton, you working and everything. Because it not only do well for you, it do good for your parents and everything. You'd be able to go out and make your own money and everything. You'd actually get out there in the world and talk to people a little more, because it doesn't really seem like you talk to many people, outside of 1 or 2 people on the internet and your parents. It doesn't seem like you get out much and everything. And, it'd be good for you for sure to get a job and everything. And aside from all the jokes that people have made, like, you really should, dude. Like, it's about time, man. I've been working since I was 18 years old and everything. I think it's about time for you to start working for the sake of yourself, because what are you gonna do when your parents are gone? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do when they're not here anymore? Are you just gonna continue to not work? Are you just gonna, have nothing, basically? Because that's what you're gonna have once they're gone and you're not working. You're not gonna have anything, dude. You're not gonna have a pension. You're not gonna have anything. You're gonna have nowhere to go, man. It's about time, dude. And with your free time that you have, focus it on your comic book sketches a little more. Maybe you will get somewhere with that one day. I don't know. I mean, you were in your local newspaper, I think, once or something like that for, I think the thing was called Dustin and Darling. So, I mean, hey, that's something you got a little bit of recognition with that, you know. Why don't you focus your time on that a little more, dude? Because this other crap of, you know, the anti-LGBTQ content and all this other stuff, it's not going to get you anywhere, dude. It's just not. Like, the way you go about it even, like, especially, rather, the way you go about this content, it's just, it's not something a lot of people would like. And it, just for so many different reasons, along with the fact that it's not well presented and everything. But make content on that, you know, and try to get somewhere with that. I think in one of your videos you were saying, I lost the rights to my characters and I can't get them back. Well, you know, you can still make more characters and all that. You can still try to get somewhere with that, you know, because you're actually not too bad at it. I mean, you know, it's not the best work of all time I've ever seen, but you might be able to get somewhere with it, dude. So those two things I think you should do more than anything, along with stop making these videos, dude. I mean, I'm not saying stop making videos entirely, but you should probably stop making LGBTQ and anti-abortion content, because not many people are gonna get on board with it, dude. And it's just the flat-out truth. Like, nobody really comments on your stuff other than like one or two people, and they kind of seem like bots anyway. Honestly, I'm not sure if they are or not, but they seem like bots. So, like I said, dude, get a job and support yourself and your family. Focus your free time on your cartoon, or drawing your comic book cartoons and all that. And, you know, just stop making this anti-LGBTQ and abortion content, dude, because it's just not going to get you anywhere. It's not. You may have, like, I don't know how many subscribers now, it's like 800 or something like that, but it just seems a little weird. I know you've had your channel for as long as you have, but some of them seem fake, honestly. And I don't know if they are or not, but they kind of seem fake. But, dude, just do those things for me, and you'll be a lot better off in life. You'll have more friends, you know, you might have more recognition in life for your hobbies and everything. And you'll be providing money for yourself and maybe potentially your family too. You know, you help them out with the rent maybe a little bit with your work, I don't know. But that's just my genuine advice for you, dude. I really hope you take it, because going down this path, it's only going to get worse from here, dude. It will. It's going to get worse. When your parents are gone, things are going to be so much worse if you continue this pattern. And that's just the flat-out truth, man. It is, and you really need to start doing those things. So I'm going to wrap this video up now, and this is the final video, like I said, I'm making on him. So yeah, I will catch you guys later. Peace out.